My career in adult education has been relatively short compared to some of my colleagues. I began teaching adult basic education in a very part-time capacity and working to help with registrations and orientations in January of 2018, not really knowing what I was getting into, but quickly finding out and acquiring a passion for it that I never expected. I had been an educational therapist working with children with learning differences for over 15 years at that point, and really was just looking for an opportunity to work even in a volunteer capacity with adult literacy when I found the position at West Georgia Technical College. I had no way of knowing at that time how much that would change the trajectory of my career and my educational goals. I had always wanted to go back and pursue my doctorate, but I was never entirely sure what I wanted that to look like. After working in adult education for only a few short months, I felt as if I had found what I'd been looking for that whole time. I researched and found a top-notch program in adult learning and applied that same year. In December of 2022, I will walk across the stage at the University of Arkansas and formally receive my doctoral degree in adult and lifelong learning. What I learned at the University of Arkansas would not have been possible had it not been for my experiences with my students and all that they have taught me in my West Georgia classroom. The two experiences together have been the most challenging yet most rewarding of my career. One of my favorite things about adult education is meeting people from all walks of life and experiences and learning something from each and every one of them. As I help students with reading, writing, math, goal setting, and soft skills, they teach me about tenacity and perseverance and how that looks different than my own experiences. My students inspire me. Some of my students are in their 50s and 60s. They're those who put their dreams of finishing school on hold to raise and provide for their families, who have now come back to mark that item off their bucket list. Some are single parents trying to be good role models for their children and encourage them to stay in school. Others are young, 16 and 17 years old, who perhaps never really had a good support system or school just was not a good fit for them, who simply want to move on to their next stage of life, school, and career and make something for themselves. Most of these students have all faced challenges that I didn't have to, but they continually put one foot in front of the other and keep going. When students in my class achieve their goals, it's gratifying, humbling, inspiring, and so much that it's difficult to put into words. Students with stories like this, as well as the tremendous level of commitment and dedication of my fellow co-workers to their success, gives me a sense of purpose and community that keeps me excited and passionate about helping our students change their lives. Just as adult education is important to educators and students, adult education is important to the economic climate of Georgia. According to the most recent data from the U.S. Census Bureau from 2020, over 14% of Georgians over 25 don't have a high school diploma, a higher percentage even than the national average. In real numbers, that translates to almost 1 million people. Georgians without a diploma earn significantly less on average than their credentialed counterparts, and for the most part cannot enter secondary training or college credit programs, so they can be limited in their ability to provide for themselves and their families. For Georgia, this presents a problem in terms of meeting the growing needs of competing in a global climate with a trained workforce. The point here is that this high rate of adults not having a high school equivalency is bad for everyone's bottom line. Georgia needs workers who are persistent, hardworking individuals with the tenacity to overcome obstacles like the students that we see in our classroom every day. Adult education teachers and students help Georgia meet the needs of the future. I am honored to be nominated by West Georgia Technical College as its Outstanding Teacher of the Year. Even more so, I am honored to be part of a profession that seeks to lift up those who are often marginalized by not having the educational credentials that they need to meet the needs of their futures. Thank you.